Hello everyone. I am over here decluttering. I mean, like, look at the amount of stuff that I have. It's just ridiculous. So, and I also have, like, over here old centers that the kids don't use, and if the kids don't use it, I'm just gonna declutter it. I am gonna save them for next year when I introduce them to my new fourth graders, but in the meantime I could definitely use these sleeve protectors for another use. I'm also gonna take this Scotch laminator home. This is like the newest one that I bought. I think I actually got it from Amazon. No, what's it called? Facebook Marketplace, for a great discount, because my old one, it's like a long one that's like 13-inch. I think actually those got discontinued. I think they actually got recalled once, because I remember I saw like TikTok and they say like if you have like this serial number, it's like expired or it's more likely to catch on fire. And the other day I was using it for like the centers I was laminating, and it smelled a little bit smoky, and I was just like, is this thing gonna catch on fire? Because I have a fire extinguisher, but I don't want my apartment to catch on fire. So I think today will be the last day I'm going to use that old laminator, because it's been about like 5-6 years since I've had it. This one is pretty new. I've had it for maybe 2.5 years. So I'm going to replace my big one with this one. And in fact, I haven't even opened this up or used it at all this entire school year. If anything I have to laminate, I laminate usually at home. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this home. And that did free up a lot of space in my like big one. So let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and take these out of the sleeve protector so I can use sleeve protectors for something else, maybe more centers. And then these are just like old early finishers that I used one time, but actually I'm going to open this one first. I try to keep the inside of my desk clean, because I know some people use them for junk drawers, but I try to keep it minimalistic. Here's some stickers, scissors that actually don't even work anymore, because if I were to close this and then put this on, it actually stays closed for a little bit and then it pops right back up. So this definitely is broken. It's still really good though for hands. And then I just have a few things, some batteries that I need to put in the closet. This same thing I try to keep as organized as possible. This is my #1 use, because kids are always complaining their head hurts. And then I have a lot of people who lose their teeth, so I still have these little tooth boxes whenever they lose their teeth. It's not focusing. There we go. Look how cute. A little treasure. And then the binder rings I mostly use as well. This one was from the science one that I actually used a big one for. I'm going to show you after. And then this one, oh, I forgot to go open this one, and then this one. So I definitely cleaned out, let me get it focus here, a lot of things. I pushed more of the chargers in the back. So my laptop charger, there's a USB-C one to USB-C. There's one, I think HDMI, yep, HDMI. My 3-hole punch electric puncher thingy magic machine. This one I use every single week. I also use the paper cutter. This one is in case of emergencies, in case Albert or the little one just completely dies on me. And this is for the radio. We have to return this at the end of the year. But definitely this being taken out of the, I don't know what to call it, bin, container, drawer, definitely just came up a lot of space. And again, like I said, I don't really use this at school. I mostly laminate at home, so that feels so good. I need to find a spot to put these or find a better use for them. We have a couple things. First of all, they are in testing mode because tomorrow they are taking their start interim. I gotta change this up. You know what? I will do that first thing in the morning. I gotta turn off my lights. It's actually spring edition, so that's really cute. It's like 80 degrees. But couple updates. #1, I went ahead and used a big one because it came with a smaller one, but I used a big one instead to put these bilingual vocabulary cards, the one that were in English and then the yellow side is Spanish. And I decided to go ahead and put a couple on the door. I was thinking of putting some over here, but I didn't want to make it too overwhelming. And I wanted something where I didn't want to have to staple or put like a lot of thumbtacks in the walls and then just like hang one on each thumbtack. I was like, what can I use? And like the only magnetic surfaces that I have are the whiteboard, which is already pretty filled, so that would be too overwhelming, and like my desk, and then like that little piece of where the lights are. So, but then I realized, oh, my door is magnetic. So I was thinking, well, what if, like, you know, when they line up, or obviously even like when they exit, they can look at them. So let me show you what it looks like. It is being held by two magnetic thumbtacks. I guess I don't know how we would call them, but they're magnetic. And what's really cool is, my idea is one day I can have it on English, and the other side I can have it on Spanish, so that way my Spanish speakers, they can also see it in Spanish too. And it's just like super easy to flip them back and then put them there. So I really like the idea that I have of just like flipping them, because remember I was thinking like, well, what if I like staple it, but it's only on English? I would have to unstaple it, restaple in Spanish. And I think this kind of just like does a solution for that issue. And I'm planning on putting a couple more here, so that we have 10 just really nice, just simple things that are popping up. Like, for example, we did weather and climate, weather and erosion, renewable and non-renewable are coming up next week. This week was plate tectonics, but there wasn't any for plate tectonics. There was like landform, but nothing totally specific. And then I'm going to change them out when they appear, and I'll have them right there. So yeah, I like the idea. And the reason why I'm doing two like of the magnetic thumbtacks and not one is because if I just do one at the top, these will tend to move like the kids, and you know, when the door is pushed. So I just went ahead and just did two. Oops, I just lost that one. There we go, I found it. So that way it doesn't move as much as I think it will, but I really like how it looks. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my volcano home. I rinsed it out on Friday afternoon, but it was still wet, and I had like all the other supplies I had to take home. So I was like, let me leave it here in school, and then I'll take it on Monday. Look at my girls, because I was telling the kids, guys, you're leaving a lot of trash inside the desk, like papers, things that need to go in your binder or in your backpacks. And so some of the girls were helping me clean up, and they wrote a little cute message like, do not make trash in the desk, or pencils, or highlighters, or dry erase markers, or no free time. They're so cute. I love them. Quick update, y'all. Look at it. Look at it. We only have that much left, and that's it. We are 100% done with most of the other ones. I mean, even like the diamonds that are supposed to be like the disco sparkle, they're completely filled. All of the letters, like, I'm telling you guys, if you guys do iReady or Success Maker, I've never really heard of other districts using Success Maker, but if you kind of have some, like, it's not boring, but it's not as engaging as it should be. If you have some program that your district forces your students to go through, I definitely recommend something like this. And honestly, I'm not keeping track of this. I wish I was. But if I'm just really, like, 75 is okay. If I do 70 and above is fine. Like, honestly, it should really be 75 or 80 and above, but you know what? Something's better than nothing, right? 70 is better than a 50. So definitely I'm giving a lot of leeway to what score they get, as long as they do like 12 to 15 questions. If they do like 5 questions, like, no, that's not enough. But y'all, it just looks so good. Look at it. Oh my God. And then it'll join probably right here, because I tried moving this over here and this in the middle, and it just kind of looked funky. But the kids are just so excited to have like these memories. They're looking at them every day. Even one of them was like, Miss Blanco, there's a little tear right here. So I put some tape to kind of repair it. And I can't get too close, but I did add some more pictures to our class pictures coming soon, like family frames. So yay, the kids were already looking at them today. This covers, let's see, a couple of math times, the National School Choice Stands, the volcano experiment, the landform experiment over here, and yeah, the volcano, like the outside that we did last Thursday with the mosaic. So super excited. It's starting to look so good. This one will be February and March, and then this will be April and May. And they'll be like so pretty at the end of the year, all the cute little memories. Guys, I'm just so happy. I definitely got to get back into small groups because I have not done some. And then I need to turn this back into the front office sub bin because I have not turned that back in since I was out, what, like 2 weeks ago? I am going to take my colored Astro Brights home because I just realized I had changed a couple. So I actually put 2. I put greatest common factor, GCF, and I also put least common multiple, also known as least common denominator, which I don't know why they have 2 names, but I need to put like that spray because definitely it's very glary compared to the other ones. You can definitely see the difference between the glare versus non-glare. And again, I do use, I think it's actually, is it right here? Let me see. Oh yeah, laminate spray right there. I actually have 2. I need to find the one that I've been using. Let me see, this one, or yeah, this one for sure. I can tell you. I use the Rust-Oleum. Let me make sure it focuses. Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2X Ultra Cover Matte Clear. And yes, this definitely does smell. Like I did it one time when I was in the room and I had to leave because it was just so strong. So definitely try to do it over the weekend or something so that way it kind of clears out by Monday morning because it's very, very strong. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out so I know to do it sometime soon, because if not, I will forget. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right there so I don't forget. Besides these 2 right here, I actually don't have any more that have to do with fractions or anything else that is happening for the rest of the year. For example, protractors, lines, rays, degrees, input-output tables, banks, variable, fixed, so nothing. It kind of just stopped at multiply, divide, sum, subtraction, divisor. Like these were like the last ones that I changed. So definitely I'm going to go home, use those Astro Bright papers to print more words for the math word wall, because I will say I have seen kids use them on occasion. I remember one time one of my girls forgot what partial products was, so she came up here, read it, and she was able to solve the problem. So even though, you know, sometimes we say kids don't really pay attention to anchor charts or word walls or whatever, but some of them really do, and I think this is really important. It's still really colorful. And I will point it out to the kids like, oh guys, we added 2 new here. And sometimes when I ask sticker questions, they look up here to answer those sticker questions and get a sticker. So today was actually a very interesting day. I was not in my room for most of the day. I was with, oh, there's a little black and white. Oh, that's 2 black and white kitties. Oh, I wish I could show y'all, but there's a parent, so I don't want to show you the parent. But I think, oh, either they're like boyfriend and girlfriend, or they're a mama and a kitty, because they look like the same size. Oh, they're so cute. I'll see if I can catch them a little bit later. But what was I saying? Oh, so today the 5th graders were taking their Science Star interim, and I was the test administrator, and they finished around 11:15. So I was able to come back to my classroom. The kids acted like they had not seen me for like 5,000 years. They're like, Miss Blanco, why'd you abandon us? Where did you go? I'm like, guys, I was literally next door. But we came back. I entrusted Miss Felix to teach them adding fractions, and I was like, Miss Felix, do you want to just come and teach 4th grade, and then I'll teach 5th grade, or I don't know, because these kids learned from her. I think because it was just the excitement of a new teacher. I told them, y'all, like, this is your future math teacher. You better impress her, because she will remember your face when she sees you next year for the start of the school year. So I told her, make a good first impression. Don't act like a clown. Don't do something silly, and she will remember you for that moment. Impress her. Make sure she's like, oh, good mathematicians. Y'all are like reading. Y'all are underlining the problem. Show her that I actually do teach you, and that I can get y'all ready for 5th grade. So it was definitely a quite adventure seeing her with my class, and then me being back with my former fourth graders because I had them last year. A lot of them were like, Miss Blanco. There were some new students, but most of them were like, Miss Blanco, we missed you. I'm like, I missed y'all too. Tomorrow, my fourth graders will be testing, hence the testing mode here. And I will not be in the room with them. I will be going to third grade. So I just talked to the third grade science and social studies teacher because I'm covering her while she's test administrator to my class. And basically she told me, well, we're learning about the planets, so I'm going to look up some resources. She did leave me a lot of things, like lots of copies, lots of activities for them to do. Definitely should take no more than like 3 hours, my kiddos testing. And so we'll see each other around like 11 to 12. And she told me, listen, Blanco, like, you do you. Like, if you want to teach them all about the solar system, if you want to teach them about the planets, you do whatever you do. Like, I told them, this is your classroom, just like I told my classroom. Miss Felix is the boss. Miss Felix is the one in control. If she tells you to take out a dry erase board, take it out. If she tells you to grab your notebook, grab your notebook. If she tells you to write 1 through 100 times, you better do it, like, without complaint. And I heard some really good reviews from her about both classes because we did still do start camp. So I'm really happy that the kids did a really great job. And Miss Aguilar, she told me, listen, Blanco, they going on a field trip next week. If someone is bothering you, if someone is not respectful, if someone did not do what is expected of them, you let me know and they will not be going on that field trip. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, threatening over here. But I mean, I understand, like, you can't just respect your teachers. You got to respect all the adults in the class. And sometimes people don't, or kids don't do that. So I'm definitely glad that she was able to talk to them and I was able to talk to my kids about, you know, even if there's another person in the room, another teacher, whatever they say goes, all right? I don't want to be like, well, Miss Blanco sometimes lets us do this. No, she's the teacher. She's the boss. You listen to what she says. She takes care of you. She is responsible for you. You do what she says. So I definitely had to instill on that. I heard that from third grade, and then we'll see how tomorrow goes. Yay, last one. All right, so these are now good to go, good to be used. Some of them are a little bit dirty, but that's okay. Nothing a little rinse can fix. But you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and put that with these sheet protectors, and then I'm getting out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, bye. Hello everyone, I am ready to go home. It is currently 4:45. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is Tuesday after school. Today, I don't even know what to describe it. I hate days like this because it takes me away from my classroom. I have to go to another teacher's classroom and, you know, just be with their kids. I mean, they're gonna be my future students, but I was with third grade all day. I mean, they were fine, like no issues at all. They were really respectful just because I was brand new and they were trying to make a good first impression. But at the same time, it's like, I want to be with my kids. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes, like, I want to, like, but I do, like, every day I can get with them and teach them as much as I can is a successful day for me, especially now that I'm actually feeling better. I didn't give you an update, but my voice came back. I still feel like it's a little bit deep, but it's strong. I'm not, like, cracking or anything. It's not hoarse. It's not sore. And the sniffles and the runny nose, it's only usually in the morning and the afternoon, I think, when the adrenaline kind of goes down. But I feel super good during the day. So I want to, like, no. And then we're teaching fractions, which is super important. And today I taught comparing fractions. And I could tell the kids were like, oh, I'm definitely going to need a lot of practice with this. So it was just a little bit, oh, I'm just noticing something on my bookshelf here. I'll show y'all in a minute. But really quickly, there are a couple updates to our classroom. And things I just need to figure out. I need to buy a bookshelf. Let me know if there's like a cheap bookshelf somewhere that can hold all these books, because they're driving me insane. Let me show y'all. I'm talking about this over here. Actually, like, these center cards for science actually fell, and most of my kids just put them on top. But there's like the mastery one, and then there's the tutorial one, and then over here all these books. I did like them when they were like this, but the tutorial tutor said it was a little bit of a hassle because they had to put them here because more kids started coming. And then we have this, and I'm just like, oh, like, I'm starting to get mess, and y'all know how I feel about mess. I don't like it. So I would love, and I did ask our handyman, I asked is there another bookshelf like about this size right here that, you know, that I can use to hold all these books? Because I have seen them in the other teacher's classroom. I'm like, I want one. So I asked him, is there any extra that you guys can give me? And he said, I will look around. So I haven't heard back. I asked him when? On Monday? Yeah, I asked him on Monday. So I haven't heard back from him. Our incentive chart is looking good. And then we do have a new thing here. This little thing. I can't get too close because I have my students' names. But basically, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's 3 choices that the kids can go to. Either art, PE, library. Oh, and I'm sorry, the 4th choice is SEL. SEL sometimes off and on, not every day. Now, unfortunately, the kids would either go to 2 of those. They would either go to art and PE, arts and SEL, art and library, or art and I forgot the other one, whatever. So, but they say, you know what, we can't do 29 kids. Like, it's just too much. So I need y'all to split your class up into 3, A, B, C. So that's what we did. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. So this is a list of my class roster, and then they're split up between A, B, and C. So now, depending on the ancillary schedule, they will either go to, at 1:15 to 2, they will either go to art, library, or PE. So for example, today was the 11th. My A group went to art, my B group went to library, and my C group went to PE. Tomorrow, my A group will go to PE, B group art, and then my C group library. And that's only for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for every single week. This day is President's Day, so then it'll continue on to Tuesday. And then Monday and Friday will be the only days that my homeroom goes to one thing and then the other class will go to the other. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they'll split up into their ABC section. I will say something, however, about my kids that I absolutely love, and I'm just really grateful for them, is that they remember who they're with. Like, it may take them a day. For example, when we did Start Camp, either group A or your group B, after the first day, they were like, oh, I'm group A, oh, I'm group B. Like, I barely had to tell anybody, or anybody asked me, what group am I in? What group am I in? So today, same thing. Like, today was the first day that we did that ABC. Hold on, you guys, a little bit too high. But today was the first day that we did that ABC. And so once I told, like, okay, you're A, this is B, you're C, I only had like maybe 3 kids ask me, am I A or am I B? And so, like, that was it. And then tomorrow, I can pretty much guarantee that they'll remember, oh, I'm A, I'm B, this is C. Like, they're just so good at it. And they're so good at remembering, like, who went where. So, like, oh, I went to library yesterday, so that means today I go to PE. Oh, I went to art yesterday, so that means today I have SEL. Like, they're so good at remembering what group they're in, what schedule they're on. Like, I love it. Because I remember one year, one of my kids, like, could not remember for their life, wait, what group am I in? Where am I going? Who's my teacher? Like, it was so bad. But definitely this group of kids, I definitely do not have to ask, or they're not asking me, like, where am I going or who am I with? So I'm very glad and fortunate for that. Now, great news. I printed all of the math word wall for at least fractions and geometry, maybe. I also did print math textbooks. Now, the only difference between this versus the one that I already have on the caddy is that this one actually has a number. So 1 here, and then this one has a 2, because I noticed something that even though they're pretty good, like I said, like, this class is okay with, like, knowing where to go, I did have one group get confused, like, oh wait, we're at math textbook, but they actually went to the wrong math textbook. They were supposed to go to the other math textbook. So this way, and I'll show you on the PowerPoint too, they know, oh, math textbook 1, I gotta go to that one, and then math textbook 2, I gotta go to that one. I feel like that will make it a lot easier for the kiddos whenever we do station the next time. But other than that, I always print the title cover, so fractions, and then I actually printed it. I printed it 3 times. Oh yeah, because my printer was acting a little weird, so I printed a couple. But we have all the colors, y'all. Look how pretty. I definitely remember not to do red. I actually gave it away to the front office because that red cardstock, no, what's it called, red Astro Brights paper, which is super hard to print on anything. And then we actually have another one here. It's actually right here. It's the white ones. I was print the title in white, measurement and data. And so we have length, and I think I saw mass, line plot, formula, area, perimeter. So yay. So I'm gonna go home today. I'm going to laminate all this because I don't really like laminating at school, and it just takes forever. So I'd rather do it at home while watching TV, you know, sitting on the couch with cookie, maybe eating on some snacks because I don't have any snacks here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go home. I will let y'all know how this goes tomorrow. One thing I will say though, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna make me change it, although they didn't tell Miss Hollis to cover up anything, is like, this is a lot of math information, and I have like a lot of math anchor charts, like those little yellow bits right here. I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask me to cover up all this, and I do not want to take them down because yes, it is pretty easy. All you gotta do is just do like that, but and then they're really hard to put them back up. I mean, because the magnets are really strong, and then you know I gotta make sure they're straight and everything. So I think I'm just gonna take anchor chart paper, which I actually have one right here. Actually, it's taped, so I can't take it out. But anchor chart paper, I'm just gonna slap it on top, just because I'm not dealing with a whole taking each one of these down and putting them back up, and no. So we'll figure out, but that's not, I think either it's Monday or Tuesday, I don't remember. These kids test all the time, state testing, and then TELPAS is coming up, and then we got the actual STAR for reading in April, and then another one in May, the math one, and then we got macro for the EOI. It's a lot, and honestly, I don't know if they told us to do this one, because I haven't done the middle of the year, and it's already February. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it tomorrow or sometime this week, because either I missed that email or they haven't told us, because usually it's like December, January, February that they tell us to do the middle of the year checklist, and they haven't told us yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that sometime this week. I'm gonna go home, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm over here just putting a lot of my new posters of my math word wall, because I was able to laminate quite a few. However, I did run out of laminating sheets, so I'm definitely gonna have to buy some more in my second paycheck and then laminate the rest. I was able to laminate all of the fraction side, just not the data and measurement. So now all I'm doing is pairing them up with the same color. So if I have a yellow, I want to put it on top of another yellow. This one's green, so I want to put it on top of a green. So I'm going to go ahead and record the rest, a little time lapse for you guys, and then I will show you the final product. But it's definitely easy now that I just have like those magnets, and it just makes it putting new ones a lot easier. So let me show you. It is currently 5 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here as soon as I finish the recording. But there were only actually 3 that I was not able to put on here. But I can easily, like maybe in a week or so, I can put some of them down and then put these down. And then I have the new math textbook, the one that says 1 and 2. And then I do have for lines and geometry. So I have angle, perimeter, formula, area, line plots, elapsed time, units of capacity, mass, weight, width, length, metric system, units of weight and mass, units of length, units of measure, and then here is the title. And then unfortunately, like I said, I did run out of laminating sheets. So these are the ones that I were not able to laminate. So when I get more laminating pouches, I will go ahead and laminate these. I'm gonna keep these nice and secure. I actually put the title right on top so that way I know that it is fractions. I'm gonna put these here. I'm gonna put these on the bottom, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clean up. I have a few things to show you around the classroom. Let me go ahead and show you those. First update, great news. We officially finished our 2025 Success Maker incentive chart. Today was the last day. The kids were so excited. They were like, Ms. Blanco, I did it at home so I can get credit today. I was like, okay. And they're just so happy. So they will officially get their fun free day next Friday. And maybe I'll even ask the parents to bring some food or some drinks or cupcakes or something. Because, I mean, they worked hard on this. Like, this is crazy how hard they worked. I think that was the most after the pumpkin. I think the pumpkin was a lot. This was our first one, so it did take a while to, like, get started. But once they got the hang of it, they were really excited about the pumpkin. The Christmas tree one with the lights, I wanted it to not be so much because this was like December, and December only had like 2.5 weeks. But I'm just so happy that, look, it just looks so pretty. It looks like a little disco. It's so good. Next update, remember how I had like 60 science books? Yeah, so I gave half to the book room. And now I only have a class set because this is like everything we have learned from the first semester from August to December with energy, forces of motion, contact force, matter, liquid, solid, you know, just gas, all that stuff. So what I want to do is whenever I decide to give them a little bit of extra science, I want them to grab one, read the passage, for example, liquid, state, and gas, answer the questions in their notebook, whatever notebook they can find at the moment, and then put it back. So they're not going to write in these. They're just going to use them to read and to write like paragraphs or write questions and answers. So I have a class that I have 30 because I have 29 in one class and 28 in the other. Actually, I don't know if I told y'all. I can't remember if I did, but unfortunately we did have a student withdraw from 4th grade. So we officially now have 57 students. So 28 in my homeroom, 29 in Ms. Hollis's. So if another student were to come and like, oh, hey, do you have availability? We would accept them because our cap is 29. Which is crazy for me. Like, no classroom should be 29 students. It should be maybe max 24. Like, that's how much I usually have is 24. This is definitely the first year I've had more than 25. Like, last year I had 25. So, if we could get a new student at any time, and trust me, they have been coming back. In fact, 5th grade actually got a new student today. Actually, it was actually a returning student. So, he was here from pre-K to 2nd grade, or no, 3rd grade, from pre-K to 3rd grade, left in 4th grade, went to a new school, I think a new city, new school, but something happened at his old school, so he left. He's right now in 5th grade. So he was there up until last month, came back, and now he's back in 5th grade. So that's interesting. So yeah, we're definitely gonna get another student if how things are going, just new student every month. Like I think November was the only month that I officially had like a good solid roster. Other than that, it's been a new student in September, October, December, January, February. Either way, let me go ahead and keep going. So now that this is pretty good, this I actually had from my apartment, so I brought it here from home. And then we have a nice little setup here for tutorials. I went ahead and wrote the name on the spine so that way the tutor and the students who come in on Saturday, they can easily find their name, they can grab it, and they can use it and then just put it back. So these are completely new, and I will explain this to the tutor so that way she knows the system. So whoever, like, they knew they're just coming for the first time, they'll grab from here, put their name on the spine in the front of the book, they'll add it to the list, and then if I need to replenish, I'll grab from here and then put it here. So these are new, these are used, and those are new as well when these run out. I think that's a really good system. Again, I'm going to go ahead and put these in the decor bin over here that I have in the closet. Actually, I don't know what's it called. It's called classroom posters. I should really call it decor, but nonetheless. And then these I need to replace the math textbooks. I think this one is math textbook 1, and then the other one is math textbook 2, which is actually over here. Math textbook, yeah, so math textbook 2. So I'll do that right after I end with you guys. And then, oh, here was the title. Oh, and also I actually printed another set of the journal because I realized that the kids were kind of struggling with only one set. So I went ahead and grabbed another set, and I don't have any more laminating sheets, so I'm going to use sheet protectors just like I used for the choice boards because they seem to work out pretty well. The kids are pretty comfortable with not taking out anything out of the sheet protectors. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We did have a staff meeting, so that's why it's currently like 5 o'clock, 5:20 actually. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Really quickly, I just wanted to say that I was not in my classroom again. Tomorrow will actually be normal, so that's wonderful. I can actually be in my classroom. And then Friday, the 5th graders are taking their math start interim, so I will also be out of the classroom. I'm telling you, it's been a weird week. I've seen my kids half and half. I've barely seen my group A. Most of it's group B. I'm tired of being a test administrator. But I will say, though, one of the activities was this awesome adding fractions. Because, like, in 4th grade, we only do adding with like denominators. And then 5th grade, that's when we do with unlike denominators. But I want to see if I can show you, actually right here, one of the final products. So if it's like connect the dots. So if they add, so this is one set, and if they did it right, it made a little butterfly. How cute. So I showed them 3, and then they did the rest, and then I told them to turn it in. I told them that they need to turn it in for homework, or finish it for homework, and then turn it in tomorrow. So I'm going to, I think I got it from TPT. Let me see, I got it from Math with Crayons. So I'm going to put this in the description below, and then that's it for me. Oh, kids are looking at me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Hello, everyone. It is Friday. It is almost about to be 5. Yep, 4:55. I am about to just spray the rest of my math word wall. I have this last row completed. I sprayed it yesterday, and I'm going to be honest, thank goodness I did not spray the whole thing, because when I came in this morning, it actually smelled like really strong of paint. So I put on the purifier, and I opened up the window to let the paint go away, and it kind of disappeared after that. But I'm gonna be honest, y'all, yesterday I did not vlog because it was actually one of the worst days I've had teacher-wise. Kids weren't listening, things were just going all wrong. I mean, the only one good thing that happened was I got a new table. Like, that was it. Everything, just like, the kids were just not it. They were looking at me like I had grown another head. The kids weren't doing their work. I was like, what happened? Like, and I just think just everything threw them off, because Monday I was with the 5th graders up until lunch. Tuesday I was with the 3rd graders because my kids were testing their start interim for reading. Then Wednesday I was back with 5th grade. Thursday I thought we were getting ready, like I thought we were gonna do our start question, daily review, and then the kids weren't in, and the kids weren't working. They were so loud, they weren't being respectful, and I was just like, oh my God. And then Friday I was back with the 5th graders. So it just not a good week overall. I don't like saying that, but I hated everything about this week. Today was Valentine's Day. I did get a few gifts. I'll show you that in just a moment. I did get a new table, so that was pretty good. the kids were able to have a cute little Valentine's party, and that basically consists of just like opening up the connecting door and then just letting them run and play and be with whoever they want to be. And definitely Miss Hollis agreed to that. We said 2:20, let's go back to our official homerooms because they were in star groups, and then let's just like have them have the little party, hang out, play whatever they want. And trust me, they went all out. They love just grabbing an iPad, sitting along the wall over there, and then just going all out with games. They love playing games. So before I let you guys go, I'm gonna go ahead and show you quick things. I'm gonna show you the new table, a couple Valentine's things that I got, and then a couple of updates that I want to do. So let's get started. Number one, I'm officially going to not get rid of them, but put them in storage because these bins are not turning out like I had thought they would. My hope was group 1 uses bin 1, group 2 uses bin 2. But I'm going to be honest, these kids forget all the time what bin they're supposed to be. And then whenever we do a project, they don't put the right amount of scissors. Like bin 1 for group 1 is supposed to have 4 scissors. I only have 3 here. There's no glue sticks anywhere in here. And then like look at bin 2. Let me open it up here. There's like 2 glue sticks. There's 6 scissors. And I just don't have the energy and the time to tell the kids, because by the end of like the class, especially for my morning class where I was rushing, you know, like, all right, hurry up, we gotta switch. And then my second class usually does better because they're at the end of the day, but it just never goes to plan. So my plan is I'm especially gonna put these for time. Oh, and I actually brought a fly swatter because we are starting to get bugs here, especially those like what are these called, those mosquito hawks. So now I have a little bit more room. I might put them in the closet because they do take up a chunk of a space. And honestly, most of my kids are just used to grabbing this bin. This was supposed to be extra scissors, so whatever I had left over from here, or if I find any extras, they would go in this bin. And my kids are pretty honestly used to just grabbing from here. So now I put whatever was in here, I'm going to put the rest, I'm going to put in here, and this will be enough for one class set. And then I just went ahead and replenished a few glue sticks. I did throw away a couple that were dried out or just not good. These kids, you know, just love to put glue sticks that don't even have glue in them, and they just stick them right back in there. But I officially threw a lot out, and then these are all good to go. Oh my god, what happened to those? They just went all the way in the back there. Hold on. All right, there we go. So now officially they will grab from here, and I'll tell them anytime we do a project, or I'll tell them if they ever want to do like free time. Or a lot of kids, they like to cut and glue like little notes and craft stuff, so they'll grab from here, and it's in the front row. Usually I like to keep things in the front row. The most common, like dies, red and blue counters, spinners, those are commonly used, as well as over here. So next we have our table, and so we have our white table here because remember I was saying that I was trying to think of like a storage thing, and I still kind of want it because I'm gonna be honest, this white table does take up a little bit of space. I'm going to move the chair out the way. That's only for guests. I'm going to fold it and put it probably on the side here. But I put this up because I did want it a little space for kids to come up and like just doodle, or not doodle, but like color in their square for the next incentive chart. This one I'm still trying to figure out where to put it because I don't want to put it here because I'm back here for small groups. And then the iPad card, Miss Hollis has it because she was doing her research project. I'll think of something, I don't know, we'll see. But what I liked about this, I wanted to still keep it. One, because I couldn't put anywhere. But two, I was able to actually put all of the small group textbooks here. And then I'm able to use these white ones. I actually have 4 more because I do have extras right here. And this will be for another group. I was only able to get to 4 groups, but I actually have 5 groups that I want to start on Tuesday. I actually was able to get a binder for my new student who we unfortunately ran out of white binders. So I found one in 5th grade and accidentally took their tissues with it. And so everything else is pretty good. We got the purifier to get rid of the painter smell. And what I liked about this is, number one, it's on wheels. So if I ever need it for any science experiments, I could easily move it. I can lock it too. But then all I have to do is do this. It's kind of hard with one hand. I might have to put you down for a second. So I'm gonna roll it out just a little bit, and then all I'll do is this, and then ta-da! So I really like. And again, while I'm working, I'm going to be pushed up against the wall, and then my kids are used to now just standing. And actually it's a little bit longer, so that way the kids will be able to have a little bit more space. And it's kind of funny, but like the width right here is actually the same width as this, surprisingly. Like this looks a little bit wider, but it's actually the same width. So, and then when everything is ready, oh, I can't do it with one hand. All right, put your back down. And then when I'm done with small groups, all I do is do that. I push it against the wall, and ta-da! So it definitely gives the appearance of more room. And then what I did here is I just put dry erase markers here because this part is magnetic. And then I actually want to get another one from my Amazon wish list. And then I can put like pencils here, and then I can also use, I think I have like a little container, like more squarish one, so I can put dry erase markers in here. Ooh, look at that. So definitely I'm trying to utilize this a lot the best way I can. My whiteboard is already agenda objectives closing. And then unfortunately this one got wet because of that matte spray, so I have to redo it sometime next week. I am behind on everything. Like, look how much trash I have. This one actually got wet, so I have to ask for another copy. But I have like so much I have to grade. I was able to grade like a few things, but any of this is not graded. Like I have to grade all of this, and then I think I have another thing like right here. Oh my goodness, just so much stuff I gotta do. But if we look here, look at the cute stuff that I got. Our lunch was provided by the school today, like not the school district, but like our school, our campus school. So that was really fun and exciting to have. And then these are all the awesome little things, lots of treats, lots of notes on the floor, Ferrero Rocher, some Lifesaver, some little candy, a big box, and look at the beautiful, this is an actual real rose, just so adorable. Got a, not a mug, is it a mug? A mug holder? I'm not quite sure. And guys, just look how empty this is. Like, it's beautiful to look at, beautiful, but yeah, I just have not been my best self with keeping up with dates. My pre-conference is actually on the 18th because it was actually on the 17th, but we realized it was a staff development day, and so it got moved to the 18th. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna be honest, this week I have to entrust Miss Felix that she taught the best. I mean, I trust her, but it's just not the same as like seeing it for yourself, you know. Like it's kind of like if you leave sub a, like, hey, actually teach this lesson, not just give them busy work, but actually teach them. Like you don't know how well the kids did because you weren't there to see it for yourself. Like, do you really know how to compare fractions? Because next week will be the last week that I teach them how to compare or like anything about fractions, and then we are moving on. We're gonna move on to units of measurements because we are a little bit behind. By now we should be on units of measurement, and we're not. So we're gonna play a little bit of catch up next week as well as the weeks after that. And then I have my formal observation. My principal has been observing all the teachers on our campus, and I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna leave y'all be. I'll see y'all next week, and hopefully, because technically I thought Tuesday the kids were gonna test their STAR interim, but no, we have to got pushed back to Wednesday because 3rd grade is actually doing their field trip on Wednesday. Yeah, so now we'll take it on Wednesday. I don't know, it's all really confusing. And then they just sent us an email about that middle of the year checklist, so I gotta do that too. What's going on? I'm tired. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye.